Welcome to Discover Greater Lansing. Whether you're exploring the rich history of the state capital or indulging in incredible local food, there's always something exciting happening here. Discover living. Discover mobility. Discover downtown. Discover giving back. Greater Lansing offers breathtaking activities and outdoor adventures, ensuring a perfect balance of city life and natural beauty. Discover the warmth. Discover the charm. Discover Greater Lansing. The journey begins now.
Good morning and welcome back to another great edition of Discover Greater Lansing. Today, I guarantee you will leave smarter than when we started today's show because we have the leaders of the region's educational institutions with us today. We representing the Lansing School District is Superintendent Ben. Thank you for being here today, Ben.
My pleasure.
We have Peter, who is the academic administrator and principal at Insight School of Michigan. And we also have Jason. Welcome, Jason, from the Ingham Intermediate School District. Thank you so much for being here today. Education is so important to a region. Some people think it's fun. I love learning, but it's a critical part of the fabric that makes us such
Absolutely.
an amazing place to live. Ben,
Yes.
Great things under your leadership at
Thank
Lansing
you.
School District.
Thank
Enrollment is up. Programs are booming. Renovations are taking place. Kick us off today with an update on
Sure.
Lansing Public
Well,
Schools.
first of all, thank you so much for having me. It is an honor and privilege to be here to represent the Lansing School District. In the last 2.5 years, amazing things have happened. Our graduation rate is going to be up by 15 points in 2 years. Our enrollment is up for the first time in 30 years. Our attendance rate is up by 6%. We actually went up in every grade for every exam for the M-STEP. So English and math, every grade has improved in the last year. Really wonderful things are happening, and it's thanks to the incredible students, the incredible educators, and of course the families that now believe in the Lansing School District.
Well, that is just such incredible news that
Thank you.
schools in the heart of our city are improving and doing well, and especially post-COVID.
Yep,
We
absolutely.
try not to look too far behind the rearview mirror on this show, but everybody kind of took a giant step back. It sounds like you're taking some giant strides forward.
We are, and then not only are all of those academic things improving, but we're starting new programs. One of the most incredible things that we're so proud of is that we have universal pre-K 2 years before the governor even announced it. So we now have one of the largest preschool programs in the state. And just this year, we opened up Lansing Tech, which is a 4-year CTE high school that we're incredibly proud of.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
So, Jason.
Yes.
What is an ISD? I know you guys know each other and work well together, but people, you see ISD and they don't really understand what that means. Can you just give us ISD 101?
Sure. At its core, hopefully, we're partnering to help local districts from that leadership and service standpoint. We provide services in a wide range of areas, from current technical education. You just heard Ben talk about some of the programs they specifically have at the Lansing School District. But we have a center as well where we have over 20 programs and about 900 students that come from 17 different high schools every day. We provide special education services from birth all the way up to ages 26 for the students, as we talk about, that need the most love. These are their students that typically have some of the most challenges and need some of the most intensive supports. As well as we provide early childhood services to make sure from birth all the way to age 8 to help support families as they're getting off to the right start, to make sure students are prepared. Ben just mentioned how excited we are to continue to grow opportunities for universal preschool and GSRP to make sure that students, when they arrive to school, are ready. And so there's a wide variety of areas that we provide, as well as professional development and business support services, communication services. We do a lot of the little things that allow our local districts to continue to be great.
Oh, that's wonderful. That kind of sums it up, that support and those resources for the area school districts. So they can focus a little bit more on the day-to-day, everyday education in the classroom and have that great support of the ISD behind them. Now, Peter, you were the man of the hour, the years, that nasty pandemic, distracted us and kids couldn't get to school. And you provide a virtual learning environment. What's that all about? And
the pandemic taught us so much about what can happen in virtual online cyber education. Insight School of Michigan, when the pandemic hit, we didn't have buildings to close down, so we were able to continue providing services to students who chose to come to a program like ours. And we have always declared ourselves to be a bit of a niche. We can provide educational opportunities for students who need something else, who choose to do schooling from home, or have had that choice kind of placed over them. So students who have health reasons, or who have behavioral reasons, or who have whatever might be in their life as a roadblock to attending a kind of traditional model. We have great partnerships with our fellow schools, because we do provide an opportunity for some students who need something different than a traditional setting.
Right.
The nice thing about my particular model is we have live instruction. It's not just a click it and go modality. So live instruction, people first. My educators have said for years that they've built extremely close relationships with their students, even online, closer than they can sometimes even build in the traditional classroom settings.
Well, and sometimes you have to go where the student is, all right, or
Yes,
the family
absolutely.
is. And I don't know a youngster today who doesn't have this phone, their smartphone attached to them. Not that that substitutes, like you said, that real life instruction and having access to those instructors and educators who are providing that valuable. And we talk about access, especially important for rural areas of the state, where maybe you can't offer all the academic varieties, from learning, a different language or doing some technical training. So I can see you all in your brotherhood here, and you're not adversaries necessarily, but come together for the benefit of the child. So that's just wonderful. So we are talking on this show about the importance of live, work, and play, and what role education plays in that. So Ben, I'm going to go back to you.
Sure.
And why does it matter the quality of a school in a community? What does that?
Well, I mean, I would hope anybody listening at home would know that when a school is working, the children are learning, but they're also being better citizens. They're having better social and emotional dynamics. So, the idea that when they spend sometimes 13 years with us, it's that they leave us smarter, happier, and just more well-rounded. And so then they go out into the community to be those great supporters of Lansing and doing wonderful and great things. And that's why having very strong ISDs, very strong public schools, very strong alternative ed, be it online or something else, is important, because all of our children are different. They all need different things, but it's incredibly important that we all do what we can to serve the children of the greater Lansing area.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well said. You should be the superintendent.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And Jason, now ISDs are known for maybe some very unique programs and opportunities that many people might not be aware of. Can you talk about some of those kind of services and programs that Ingham ISD may offer?
Absolutely. I kind of referenced earlier some of the different career tech programs that we have. And I think this is just a unique way for viewers at home to realize that schools have adapted and changed significantly since many of them were in school.
Yeah.
And so whether it's students that are engaged in a welding program, which is more of a traditional or auto type program for career and technical education, or it's something that is completely different, cybersecurity, programming, engineering. We have students that are engaged in health occupations, business risk management, digital media arts. We have a wide variety of opportunities for students to learn and be engaged in a project-based learning model, which is, we've found, tremendously successful. The graduation rates for students that are involved in CTE are far superior to those that are just students that are in regular general education programs. And it's a way for students to come out not only with a certification and a skill, but for most of the programs, college credits as well. So it opens up pathways for them. They could go directly into the workforce and continue to advance in something they might be passionate about, or they might have opportunities that they've already gained college credits as they continue to advance into higher education. So it's unique opportunities. It's all about partnerships, and it's partnerships not only with our local districts, as we've talked here before, and how important the ecosystem is, but also with stakeholders and business in the area. We don't do that if we don't have great relationships with not only the chamber, the Lansing Chamber here in the area, but other businesses and stakeholders. So we're very fortunate to have great relationships, which allow the students, as Ben referenced, to continue to be successful and give back to our community.
Yeah, it's you speak. I mean, it was cliche almost now to say it takes a village, but it takes everyone, to small business owners and big corporations and the region as a whole, the community, and many people. The children are spending the majority of their time with the educators and in the classrooms. And what kind of trends are you seeing in education? Pete, are you seeing anything outside the boom in online learning opportunities? Any other trends, today's student needs, thinking about the whole child?
Sure. From a couple of lenses. I mean, we're obviously continuing, as in education always, preparing them for jobs that don't even exist yet, right? Preparing them for a world that we struggle to imagine right now. In general, we see a lot of students who choose to go to either an alternative program like mine or because they need that space in their life to be able to either return to a traditional setting or to continue towards graduation in an alternative model. And those opportunities, so student opportunity and student-driven pathways through their own education is really the big piece we're seeing, that students want something different. They're going to advocate for themselves. They want to have career technical opportunities, or they want to have an online opportunity. And those are all how we kind of fit in that ecosystem with each other.
Right. And any other?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely true. And what's nice with the Lansing School District, and why I'm very happy to share the stage with these wonderful folks, is that, you know, the ISD has their CTE programs. We send children there. We also have our own CTE programs that are housed within our schools. We also have an online school, which is K-12. And I agree exactly with what's said, is our online school has, you know, screen to screen where you have a live teacher talking to the child. What we see from the kind of landscape is that children want to be engaged. But the truth is, that's always been it, is that this idea of just sitting in rows and aisles and just listening to a teacher teach, that's not how we learn. And so what we're seeing now, of course, is that we're really focusing on making sure that the child is engaged, is doing authentic and true work. And then, of course, they're going to be so excited to come to school, work with our amazing educators, and then be better members of society.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to bring in Jason on some of these trends?
The only thing I would add,
Yes.
I mean, there's great stuff that my fellow educators, peers have already mentioned. But we're about to be disrupted, as many agencies are, by AI. So as we continue to advance, you know, the pandemic taught us that we have to really dig deep and think differently about what education means. And I believe that there are tremendous opportunities in front of us with respect to ways we can connect with students through the large language models that are already out there, as generative AI is starting to really take hold. And so I think this is going to be a major disruption that's going to happen not only in education, but also in business. And so we have to make sure, as we're preparing students for those next steps, as they graduate, as they jump into, whether it's, you know, higher education, again, colleges, universities, community colleges, whether they're going to the work field, that they have those right skills and they're prepared for it. And so I'm excited that we're having these conversations, but it's also a little bit of anxiety because we know that's going to move our cheese again.
That's right.
That's going to make us be challenged, and we have to figure that out. But I come back to this. If you don't think education impacts business, let me remind you of what happened in the pandemic. When all the kids went home, and it had a huge impact on what happened inside our businesses. We work together. It's a major relationship that's symbiotic in nature, that when it's done well, we all succeed.
Yes, so far beyond the 3 R's. And one of those isn't even spelled right. So I don't know.
I mean, I think, you know, when Jason mentions AI, the best line I've heard so far, of course, is it's not necessarily that AI is going to take your job. It's the person that knows AI is going to take your job. And it's our job, of course, is to get our children ready for, as you said, jobs that we don't even know exist. But what do we know? We know that it's problem-solving skills, it's interpersonal skills, it's understanding, creativity. And that's where we, by creating hands-on opportunities, real-life opportunities, will be able to do so much for our community.
Absolutely. Well, the challenge, but yet it's the opportunity to prepare. You know, while you've got to teach to certain standards, you also have to infuse and engage the student. And we were talking about, I'm going to shift gears just a little bit, but we're talking about the greater Lansing region and how important it is to live, play, work, and to create that infrastructure. We hear the headlines, you know, people aren't going into education. How hard, or what challenges, or what are you doing to attract educators as some retire or leave the profession altogether.
Absolutely. Well, I know that Jason and I have been partnered on one incredible thing, which is a build your own pipeline. And so Lansing actually has its own grant as well as part of a grant with the ISD and many other districts around the state, where we're trying to take folks who are already in our district to get them to become teachers, show them there's this pipeline. And it is incredible. One of the things that we're really proud of is that their new teachers contract that we just signed has our starting salary as the highest starting salary in the greater Lansing area for teachers. Because we do know you should pay your teachers what they deserve. And so by partnering with the ISD, by creating things like pipeline programs, and by also just making sure that it's a living wage, we're able to attract talent.
And I can add a little bit to that. A model like mine also has been a huge opportunity for educators to do education, stay in the profession in a way that is meaningful. We know that the attrition and the burnout rate for a lot of student educators has been awful. It's been really high. And online programs and alternative programs is a great way to maintain and keep people in the profession.
That's a great point, because and they can be literally anywhere in the world and bring that culture and those insights into the classroom in a virtual way.
I have educators all across the state of Michigan, and one of them teaches from his barn on occasion.
Oh, there you go. Here, show some animals and crops, and you'll get a real hands-on lesson. So wonderful. Well, what exciting? I mean, it is the foundational brick, if you will, of a great community, is the quality of the education from the ISD and its program resources to the local school district to the hybrid learning and online learning opportunities, so that every child can access it no matter where they are. Because I think it is, us old schoolers are saying, you got 30 kids sitting in rows and you got this person doing this. But as a person who loves to mentor as well, we know that when we can excite young people, they have so much to give back. I often say our interns teach me as much as I teach them. I'm sure every day you're hearing life lessons from your students and the children you're involved with. So as we bring this show to a close, I wanted just to give you an opportunity, and we'll start with Peter, to talk about maybe just a slight glimpse in the future outside of AI, about what you're hopeful for the next generation.
The next generation, I am so excited whenever I have conversations with young people. They are sort of inherent problem solvers. I think the world that they've been raised in, with the information just at fingertips all the time, has just raised a generation of problem solvers and curious learners as well. So I think the challenge for education is to engage at that level, engage probably less in content and more in the skills of learning. Because everything is in our fingertips now, and how to leverage that and really allow our students to run with it.
Absolutely. Excellent. I mean, what I'm really excited about with Lansing specifically is that we're building new buildings, we're bringing new programs, and those children that are going to be in the Lansing School District are going to have opportunities that they haven't had before. But also in terms of what do I think is going to happen is our children can do so much more than we expect of them. We have to have those higher expectations because they're going to go to that. And again, as was said, is the idea of content, it's at your fingerprint. You can just search it. But the idea of skills, the idea of understanding, that's where we come in.
Briefly?
It's all about the community. We work together.
Together we're stronger.
Better together.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much for these insights today, for investing in our future through our children. What a great, they're in great hands. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here today with Shelley Starr. She is one of our mortgage professionals in the area, and it's so important to work with people that really know what they're doing, and they really know this market, and they know their resources. Just buying a home is just not one step or one professional. It's really a collaboration between all of the people that are needed to get you into that new home. So I'm really excited to have Shelley with me today. And I just have to ask you, what are you seeing as a trend for 2024?
Well, we're going to have a great year this year. Interest rates are coming down. And I think that's going to be good for a lot of people to do a lot of good things this year. The Federal Reserve is looking at decreasing those federal funds rates the next 3 to 5 times over this year. So that will keep those markets going down. But don't wait at this point, because you need to get into the market right now.
People are talking about a potential crash. I just cannot tell them enough that that is not going to happen. Do you agree?
I agree totally. There is not going to be a housing crash or a housing bubble. There's just too many people looking for homes and not enough homes out there to have.
That's exactly what we're experiencing. So great. Well, let me just ask you one last question. What do you think a person needs to do before they get a hold of you or me to start this process?
First of all, get your house in order. Make sure your credit's up to date. Make sure your savings are good to go. And then definitely seek out a professional. This is a complex time in this industry, and so you need a professional like yourself to get with.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you so much for doing what you do in our community. It's wonderful to work with people that are really buyer-oriented and a problem solver by nature, and you have always been that. And you know, we always have people that bring things to us that are a little bit crazy, but you just seem to handle all that. So I appreciate you being with me today, and
It's my pleasure.
yeah, it's going to be a great year.
Thank you, Karen.
Amy, thank you for joining me today. I know the Potter Park Zoo was one of Lansing's biggest attractions, and you received a grant from the Rotary Foundation of Lansing for the zoo. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Rebecca. This is fantastic. So we had the good fortune of being awarded $4,000 from the Lansing Rotary Club, and it helped us resolve an issue that we've had for quite some time. We had a hayride that we incorporated into some of our events, and it wasn't accessible to all. It was not something that someone who was in a wheelchair would be able to use. If someone was in a walker, it would be challenging. So the grant from the Rotary Club allowed us to be able to build an accessible hay wagon for the first time ever at Potter Park Zoo.
Oh, that's fantastic. What else is going on at the zoo?
We've got some pretty exciting things happening coming up this spring. We are going to have a grand opening for our new okapi exhibit. Okapi are from Africa. They're a very unique species. No other zoos in Michigan have them. So we're pretty excited to announce him to the community.
Tell me a little bit about the new animal hospital.
The animal hospital is going to be under construction beginning sometime this summer. We're in meetings right now talking through all the details, and we're really excited that we're going to be able to improve the quality of care and the veterinary facility at Potter Park Zoo.
And how does that enhance visitor experience?
I think the hayride enhances visitor experience in that it allows all to be included. The veterinary facility is going to be educational, so people will have the opportunity to learn about the level of care that the animals are given. And it will have windows, they'll be able to show procedures. It's going to be something that will allow us to interact more with the public.
What an absolute gem for our region. I'm so glad Rotary was able to be a part of it. Anything else you want us to know?
I just hope everybody can make it to the zoo this summer. We are looking forward to a fantastic season, and you'll see a lot of growth and a lot of changes.
So Ashton, I understand that human trafficking is a growing issue of concern in Michigan and also across the country. What is CATA doing to help combat human trafficking?
Absolutely. Human trafficking is a growing topic of conversation, and it's good that it's being brought to the forefront of conversation. So CATA has been partnering with the Lansing Police Department to implement a multifaceted approach to addressing the issue in this region. We've been working on both the prevention and the awareness side of it, ensuring that the general public knows the indicators of human trafficking, what they should be looking for, what they should report, and how they should report it.
How would a member of the public report human trafficking activity or suspicious activity?
Now, there are a number of ways that someone is able to report those kinds of things. In 2022, CATA offered a solution for our riders. It's called the CSAY app. They can download it on their phones and report any kind of safety concerns that they may see, and that includes human trafficking. It's a simple and easy interface where they can anonymously report those concerns that they may have, and it's funneled through our operations center or our customer experience representatives to report and address as appropriate. Other options they may have are reporting to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, which they can do both over the phone or online.
Excellent. And how many cases have been reported? Do you know?
Through our app, we've had about 52 total reports, but that includes safety concerns as well as human trafficking reports.
So when you say safety concerns, what might that include?
Someone had an issue with an operator, or they had an issue boarding the bus, or they saw something wrong with a shelter, something like that would be a safety concern.
Thank you for sharing.
There's so many great events and activities happening in downtown, from new and returning events to annual festivals. Kathleen, can you tell us a little bit more about some of those events?
Oh, you are so right. There's so many wonderful activities, whether it's a beloved event or it's one of the new like live concerts happening at Great Wall Hall, things of that nature. There's always something to do in downtown Lansing. From Lansing's largest Winterfest celebration that happens in February to spring and summer activities like the Neighborhood Market Series, Bunny Hop on the Square. Of course, then there's Great Wall Hall that just opened with live music taking place. And, you know, with the businesses that have been part of our community for years, as well as those that are newer, we invite everyone to come re-explore downtown Lansing and find all the shop opportunities, find all the activities that are happening. You have karaoke nights happening at Lansing Shuffle, live music taking place at Lansing Brewing Company, concerts, comedy shows, etc., at a variety of venues happening in our downtown community. And then, you know, some of the new events, Galentine's celebrations, beloved Silver Bells in the City, of course, the Kringle Holiday Market. So much fun for people of all ages.
Yeah, no, that's great. So you talked about some of those events at, you know, our local breweries and distilleries, but can you talk a little bit about for people who want to enjoy things with their kids?
Oh, absolutely. For kids and kids of all ages, right? We have Impressions 5 Science Center to come and explore our Rail Transportation Museum. I should point out too, at Impressions 5 Science Center, they have one of the best toy stores, children's stores, gift shops that you can find anywhere in the state of Michigan. And all of those proceeds go right back into the Science Center for continued learning. And wonderful school activities and things like that.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Kathleen. And where can people go to find out more?
Visit downtownlansing.org for more information.
The Lansing Regional Chamber is pleased to be part of Discover Greater Lansing, where we will celebrate and showcase the economic growth and assets that define our region. We are experiencing an extraordinary transformation with over $4 billion in new investment and thousands of new jobs. Placemaking, including the integration of arts, entertainment, and culture, plays a pivotal role in shaping our vibrant communities. Infrastructure is the backbone of economic growth, and we're seeing historic levels of investment exceeding $800 million, including the planned reconstruction of Michigan Avenue, connecting Michigan State University to our state capitol. As you embark on your journey to discover Greater Lansing, we encourage you to immerse yourselves in the unique experiences our region has to offer, support the small businesses that form the heartbeat of Lansing, and joining us in fostering an environment where innovation, collaboration, and prosperity flourish. Together, let's build a stronger Lansing.
Wow, what another great show and another reason to discover Greater Lansing. So many wonderful things happening in our great, great community. From living, working, and playing, we've got it right here in Greater Lansing. Thanks for joining us.